Hello everyone and welcome to our I Pick My Butt video. More Survivor.io today and the Lightchaser. We all saw it in this 7-day event, or we're still seeing it, and we're asking ourselves, how good is this weapon really? And if you're thinking you can get this weapon from the event as a free-to-play player, you're going to be kind of out of luck there unless you're really good at the game. I actually had to spend money on this because I grinded all the way in the middle of the night, still didn't get it, so I said I'm going to just buckle down, spend some cash, and now I have it. Now, compared to any other excellent weapon, you can see we already have an additional 25 attack at level 1, so we're trumping right there. The good stat on this, which is attack plus 15%, any other weapon, you're only going to get 10%. And then when you go and start looking at the epic, we're going to get attack plus 25% instead of a 15%. So compared to any regular weapon, that's an additional 15% attack you're going to get, plus a little bit of buff on the attack number itself too. Now for this weapon inside the game, it is going to be a directional attack, which if you use the kunai, you know how that goes in it. But pretty much the direction you aim is going to just shoot one of those blasts out, and every 5 seconds, we're going to do that kind of spin there, which is going to shoot in 4 different directions, and you can kind of see a little bit of an animation of the actual blade spinning around too. At level 1, it's hitting enemies at 3,762, and you can see it has kind of a pass-through effect, meaning that if there's any enemies behind the first one you hit, it's going to hit them too. Taking this to level 2, we're going to get an additional blade wave, and now we're going to be hitting enemies for about 4,300 damage. And when we do our 5-second spin, you can see it there, we're going to be shooting 2 blades out in every direction. Taking this to level 3, once again another blade, and now we're shooting out 3 waves. Once again, spin's going to shoot 3 waves in 4 directions, and now we're hitting for 4,837, which is the same amount of increase we had from level 1 to level 2, 537 damage increase on it. 4-star, 4th blade, and now we're hitting for 5,375, still the same scaling on it, which is great. And lastly, getting that 5th one will bring that 5th weight in there, which really spreads it all out on us. Now we're dealing 5,912, still consistent on the damage, but you can see this thing is a monster when it comes to waves. Now, as far as evolving this weapon, you're going to need to grab the vest, which is Ronin's Oyoroi, and this is going to drop down damage by 10%, so not a terrible ability or modifier to have inside the game. Wasn't always my first pick, but now that we're using this weapon, it's definitely a go-to for it. And when we finally evolve this thing, it's going to be called Eternal Light, and we're now going to get a second wave of purple blades behind our blue one. And you can see it looks pretty freaking amazing right here. And this is a serious way to clear out some mobs. As far as the damage itself, it was a little bit tough to see. It looks pretty steady on that. I don't think it actually increased. I think we just got that second wave, but I was seeing numbers, about 100 less or 100 more from when we got it to 5 stars. Now, when it comes to bosses on this though, we're not going to be able to just melt them like we normally would with the kunai, unless you're able to get right up on that boss and pretty much shotgun with it. That's going to be your best bet, but that's very risky to do. So you're going to try to focus on some other abilities. I think this goes great with the Tesla coil there because of the actual modifier that we use with it, which does the attack intervals are shortened by a certain amount. The other great thing to put on this too is also the attack up too, just to make sure we're really getting those damage out, because technically if you are playing against a boss, you're kind of staying away range, so you might only be getting 2 of those 10 hits out of it. But overall, I do believe this is the best weapon inside the game. It's a great one to have in your arsenal to switch between with other ones. When you're struggling, pop it on, see how it goes, and see where it gets you. So really curious to know what you guys think of this. Do you have this weapon? Are you going to spend money on it? Join the Discord if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.